It's like it, man. Y'all bear with us, man.
Con.
Shot, man. Esau doing his thing.
Prince of the air.
Prince of the power of the air.
All right. We go ahead.
You good?
Yeah, we go ahead. Hey, Shalot, like we said earlier, Esau up there playing with the goddamn feed, but hey, that's part of the elements we have to deal with when we out here, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know, at the end of the day, we go back.
Jump back.
What was that? Yep.
So jump right back into it. Salaki for the technical difficulties, man. St. Matthew, chapter 24, and verse 34, once again. Verily, I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the prophecies, man.
Right.
The prophecies got to come to pass first, man, before, the Lord ultimately takes down Esau and puts us in power, man.
That's right.
These prophecies got to be fulfilled. And some of the main prophecies that we're waiting on is the MOTV, the mandation of the MOTV, which is the mark of the beast, right? Which is the RFID microchip, which, they put it all out there in your face. And World War III, man. Okay, so these are the things that we're waiting on so that we can get up out of here.
Right.
So you still got guys that want to stay in this place. That's why you had that Moaz nigga talking about we still got another 1,000 years, so on and so forth. No, man. But see, he's not hastening the return of Yahawashi.
Right.
But see, the true believers of the Lord are hastening the return of the Lord because we understand we're in captivity. And we're ready to get up out of this shit, man. Get up out of this hell.
Which makes them not of the elect, man. Which makes them not of the damn elect, man.
Exactly.
Not be hasty. Wait, the day of Yahawashi, that means you tarry. Right? You know, it's going to tell you, woe to he that tarry, you know?
Yep.
Right? You got it.
Matthew, St. Matthew, chapter 24, verse 35. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away.
Right. So the words of Yahawashi is going to fulfill at the end of the day or whatnot.
Right.
Okay, all right. This fashion of this world is gonna fucking fade away. Esau's kingdom is gonna fade away, man. All right, courtesy of thermonuclear missiles, man.
That's right.
All right, Yahawashi had to have his prophets out here to prophesy and give warning, be times early. And that's what you're seeing now.
Right.
All right, we entered our elders apostles labor, keeping, the sound doctrine as the elders apostles enter to their elders, man. All right, keeping that same sound doctrine in which knowledge has been revealed throughout the years, man. All right, and it's been revealed through the elders apostles' great millstone through the spirit of Yahawashi, man. That's why we said we have the 100% truth, man. All right, okay? Because we breaking down the scriptures the correct way. All right, we're breaking down the mysteries, man. Give you the play-by-play through the spirit of Yahawashi, stuff from the elders apostles, the bishops on down, man. All right, tell you how we're gonna get delivered. And the amount we're gonna get delivered is what 1/3 of Israel. 2/3 gonna be destroyed over here in fucking Babylon, man. Esau, he's going down, man. All right, he's going to be destroyed. His kingdom is going to be fucking destroyed. All these heathen nations, Yahawashi going to put under subjection up under the nation of Israel, man.
Right.
That's the time we coming in. This place is over with.
That's right.
About to approach the time of Jacob's trouble, time like never before. The MOTB, which is the hour of temptation, man. That's what we giving that warning, man.
Yep.
All right, from Yahawashi. All right,
Yeah, you. If I can say this, you got these common Americans that understand that this shit is over with.
Right.
The only ones who ain't got the memo is Jake's simple ass, man. Jake's still thinking that they got a chance or a shot to prosper in Babylon, but this shit is over with, man. Why you think all these Edomites is talking shit about Trump? These the MAGA Edomites. They don't turn their back on Trump because they know ultimately Trump turned his back on them.
Right.
Well, he never was for them, man. He sold them a dream and they bought into it, man. But at the end of the day, that's why they call it the American dream. It's a fantasy, it's a facade, man. So this shit is over with.
Like Bobby Shaw, I was going to add on too. Jake,
Absolutely.
they fucking know what's over too. Because the Most High been pulling the skirt back on all these so-called celebrities,
that's a great point.
all these other super Negroes that thought they was going to be able to prosper here in America.
Right.
Right.
Now that's an excellent point, man. Because the most recent ones that got hemmed up was Big U, and you also had Yellow Beezy, right? So the Lord is pretty much taking away all of your idols, man. Right? Yep. Because the Lord don't give a shit about your status and none of that, man. The Lord is all about these prophecies being fulfilled, man. And he got his men out here giving you that warning. But only the elect's going to take heed, man. You see? St. Matthew, chapter 24, verse 36. But of that day and hour knoweth no man. No, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. But as the days of Noah.
Hey, hold on. Give me Matthew 11 and 17.
This is the book of Matthew chapter
Going into, 2/3, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the reason why they don't know what the hell is going on, man. Right? Because they ain't paying attention. They're not listening, man. All right? They're not listening to hear the answer, man. They're listening for a goddamn rebuttal. Y'all ain't got the truth. That ain't right. Y'all Hebrew Israelites, y'all ain't got the truth, man. You know what I'm saying? The white man set up the Hebrew Israelites. All this foolishness, man.
Right.
See how people sleep, man. How the hell the white man gonna set up the Hebrew Israelites to tell him that his kingdom is gonna go down through the spirit of Yahawashi?
Right.
All right? Okay, the true group, Great Millstone. Okay? All right? And all our affiliates. Go ahead,
This
bro.
is Matthew 11 and 17. Words of Yahawashi Mashiach speaking. It says, "It's saying, we have piped unto you, and ye have not danced."
Yeah, well, how we pipe unto you? Because this song that we saying, going back to Ezekiel, the 33rd chapter, you know what I'm saying? You know, Jake, look at this truth. You know what I'm saying? As someone who can sing a lovely song at the end of the day, it's entertainment too. But also, Yahawashi, he symbolically, when we out here prophesying and preaching, all right, and giving warning, Yahawashi also saying we have to, it's a song. It still is a song. When we break down the scriptures, it's a song. That new song, man. All right, you know, that righteous song, man. Not no damn rapper, a hip hop, none of that bullshit, bro.
Because they ain't even
right?
music.
That's not even fucking music, man.
A song with a song, we hear a song to make you want to move.
Yeah, right.
That's when we hear this gospel. It made us want to move in the right direction.
That's right.
So,
We give up
like you say, this is
It gives out those certain frequencies.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir. Finishing it off, Matthew 11 and 17. And it says, we have more
And did not Yahawashi going back to Isaiah 51, blow our voice like what? A trumpet.
A trumpet.
Like a trumpet, man. You know? Right? What is a trumpet? That represents an instrument or whatnot, man. All right? Which Yahawashi symbolically, you know, our mouthpiece is what? It's an instrument, man. All right? You know? You got
The
it.
trumpet is very prestigious.
Yeah,
Too. If
yeah.
you think about a lot of jazz and all that, some of the like, remember Louis Armstrong?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We don't know nothing about him, but we know he what? Played that damn trumpet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we know about it, but you know.
Right.
But yeah, it's very loud. But back to Matthew 11 and 17, it says, "We have mourned unto you, and ye have not lamented."
Yeah, you have not lamented, man. Showing you this ain't no good book right here, man. Right? Because the book is full of woes, man. Sorrow that Yahawashi is about to bring, his judgment, his visitation. Yahawashi is about to show no pity, no mercy, man.
Right.
All right? You know, so you ain't got nothing but a certain time to get it right, man. All right? To repent and return back to Yahawashi, man. All your ass gonna get put to fucking death. Simple as that, man. If you gonna get right, because Yahawashi set out his prophets B times early, start from the elders, apostles, elders, bishops, on down to us, man, to give that warning, man. So if you don't hearken, you don't heed, all right, your mindset still trusting in Babylon, trusting in Egypt, trusting in your fucking job, your woman, you know what I'm saying, trusting in fucking Esau, hey, your ass gonna be fucking destroyed, man, all right? Because doors of mercy and grace is not gonna last fucking forever. That's the warning we giving you, man. We are that generation. We gonna see the return of our, you know what I'm saying, big bro through our father, Yahawah. Yahawashi. Yahawashi gonna make his return, bro. All right, we talk about, you know what I'm saying, the day of Yahawashi rap. We are that generation. Yahawashi is bringing that judgment upon at the end of the day, man. If you're gonna be delivered, or you gonna be put to death, man. Simple as that, bro.
Right.
All right, ain't no gray area in this truth, bro.
right.
And that's the message that we giving to Israel, bro.
Yes, sir.
Whether you hear or whether you prepared, man, it's on you, man.
That's right.
All right, so you ain't got to dance to the fucking song, man. Hey, your blood gonna be on your own head at the end of the day, man. All right, swing back to Ezekiel, the 33rd chapter. Matter of fact, grab that, because when we was coming back, me and bro was walking back. You know what I'm saying? You know, when y'all open up, you was going into, you know what I'm saying? What Jeremiah 28 and 8, what a prophet will do. All right, Yahawashi giving us specific instructions. What a prophet should do. He gonna further go into that, man.
Right.
All right, you know what a prophet's gonna do, man. All right, you know, give that warning, not being PC. Not telling Israel, you know what I'm saying, not giving Israel smooth words. Not preaching to Israel peace and peace. When ain't gonna be no fucking peace to the wicked at the end of the day, man.
Right.
No fucking peace, man. All right, Jacob Cho about to be the worst time ever known to fucking man, bro. That's what we telling y'all, man. All right, you got it.
Let me get straight to the point, or
Where Ezekiel
33 or start the top.
Nah, yeah, just read 1 through 6, bro. Goddamn Eve, bro. You see her? Table Eve, bro, like she was sucking on a lollipop and shit, looking at her. You know?
Hey, this is Ezekiel.
That's Satan, though, man. That's Satan angels right there, man. Trying to distract us.
Yeah.
You know? Go ahead, brother. What she did, we talking about. You know? But nevertheless, man, throwing that curveball, we back in the spirit, though. All right, we ate that shit like Scooby Snacks, man. We back to it. Go ahead, brother.
Ezekiel chapter 33, verse 1.
Uh-huh.
Again, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying,
Right?
Son of man, speak thou to the children of my people.
Of my people, which is a possessive pronoun. My don't pertain to everybody. Okay? right? A certain sector of people, all right? You know, which are the Hebrew Israelites, so-called Negroes, so-called Latinos, so-called Native Americans, you so-called Hispanics.
That's right.
All right? And your nationality is determined through the seed of your father.
Father.
Right?
Which makes sense, you know?
Yeah.
Yep.
Ezekiel 33:2. Son of man, speak to the children of thy people and say unto them, when I bring the sword upon a land, if the people of the land take a man of their
And we're telling you, and we're giving that example. We telling you the sword, that the ultimate sword Yahawashi is going to bring to this land of Babylon, all right, is doggone thermonuclear missiles.
That's right.
All right, 200 million to be exact.
Right.
All right, 200 million warheads, man. All right, and it's going to hit his mark. And Yahawashi going to be guiding every single fucking missile, man. And they're going to hit his mark at the end of the day, man.
Sure.
That's the ultimate plague, the ultimate sword Yahawashi going to send, that sword of destruction, man.
Right.
All right, within 1 hour, man. All right, Yahawashi going to destroy this place, Babylon. That's the one that we giving, man. All right, you know? And you're going to be caught up in it, Israel. Right, 2/3 of my people going to be caught up in it, man.
Yep.
Because they ain't seek after Yahawashi, they didn't return back. They trust in Egypt, man.
Yep.
They gonna trust in getting that fucking MOTB
Yep.
because your goddamn false prophets, your false leaders gonna lead you to the fucking slaughter, and that slaughter gonna be when Esau leads y'all. I mean, when y'all, the false leaders lead y'all to Esau. All right, the hirelings, okay. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause they care for not the sheep. They gonna lead you right there to the slaughterhouse, man.
Right.
All right, you gonna get that damn mark of Esau. We can go back to Quran, Revelation 13, 16, and 17, man. All right, you know his image, man. All right, his mark, his indecision, man. All right, you know. And you get that. Once you take that, ain't no repentance, bro. You take that mark.
Nah,
Pursuing back to Revelation 14, 9, and 10.
Yeah.
Rap.
Yep.
All right, that's a fucking route, man.
the end game.
You know, that's the end game right there.
That
And you're going to be
digital
destroyed. Yeah, you got that digital oil, man.
Yeah.
It's going to be the destruction. That digital oil can give your ass cancer. God damn it. All right, that cancerous sword.
Yep.
That's what it is at the end of the day.
Yep.
So you can't lie and say, oh, I ain't taking it. You going to have, like, man, we've been saying for elders, apostles, elders, bishops, on down us, you gonna have certain guys that we thought was brothers of Great Millstone that gonna take the goddamn seat here. You have brothers that had visions and had dreams. You have brothers that wives and had dreams and had visions and whatnot. But certain members of Great Millstone taking the seat here, even though they know they taking the seat here, man. So we teach that the correct doctrine. Elders, apostles, elders, bishops down us. We teach the correct mark, man, which goes back to Quran, man. Which is also that warning supposed to be given to Israel for them not to take and trust in Yahawah man. You know?
Back at Ezekiel chapter 33, verse 2, it says, Son of man, speak to the children of thy people and say unto them, when I bring the sword upon a land, if the people of the land take a man of their coast and set him for their watchman.
Yeah, so a prophet can only be a Hebrew Israelite, man.
Right.
Right? Okay? The prophets of Yahawah Shema only gonna come out of Israel, man, at the end of the day, man. Right? You don't supposed to be listening to the goddamn Benny Hinn and shit, man. Goddamn fucking heathen, man. Y'all done made a fucking billionaire. You niggas done made billionaires and shit.
Still,
You know, at the end of the day. But you want to shop with your own Jake so-called black businesses and shit. You don't put no money in it, you know, back in Jake businesses, your own people businesses. But you would put money back in these heathen businesses all fucking day. They don't give a fuck about your ass, man. All right? Only thing they give a fuck about is your fucking money, man. That's it, man. All right?
Give me more.
Give me more. Man, they gonna do that.
Brother.
Especially the nigga woman.
Brother.
Especially the nigga woman, man. The non-talking Asian and all that weave. Man, they made up a $1 billion industry.
Billion.
And
Whole
shit.
time $1 billion.
The goddamn goops made them damn $1 billion. You know what I'm saying? Eyelashes and shit. Yeah, man. All right, but Esau got to call for the riches. We the nation got to call for the riches too, man.
Absolutely.
All that going back to Israel at the end of the day.
That's
man.
a part of the part of the nations licking the swords, you know, of Jake while we in our captivity, man.
That's right.
So they're making a profit. You know, they'll come and set up shop in your neighborhood and make a killing. Don't give back to your community, but they send back to their families.
Yep.
But they gonna, like the Zaquan said, man, they gonna cough all that shit up anyway.
Right.
You know.
back at Ezekiel chapter 33 and 3, it says, if when he seeth the sword come upon the land, he blow up the trumpet and warn the people.
He blew up the trumpet and warned the people. All right? You know, so how he gonna warn the people that, you know, the sword come upon the land if he ain't fucking watching?
Right.
All right? Hey, give me Isaiah 58 and 1 real quick. All right? You know, because these are all characteristics of what a prophet is going to do. All right? You know, if he's not doing what the scriptures say that Yahawah commanded and gave instructions, you know, what a prophet is going to do, then he ain't the prophet Yahawah. Simple as that, bro. Damn nigga, every now and then you see him do videos or see him go on the highways and byways, man. You know? And most I ain't say go on no podcast, bro. Right? right? Be out here on these highways and then be diligent doing our daily videos, man.
Right.
All right, always, you know what I'm saying? We not resting, man. All right, to Yahawah bring Jerusalem rest. We're not giving Yahawah no rest.
Right.
How you don't give Yahawah no rest? Constantly meditating and constantly doing the work, man.
Yep.
All right, staying active, man. Being in the spirit, remaining in the spirit, bro. You know? You got it, brother.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 58, verse 1. Cry aloud, spare not. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet.
It says what?
Lift up thy voice like a trumpet.
Then the brother, and read that verse again where they had trumpet in the, Ezekiel. Go ahead.
Ezekiel chapter 33 and 3.
Go ahead.
If when he seeth the sword come upon the land, he blow the trumpet and warn the people.
He blow the trumpet, so you know what it's speaking of when it
I
says
got
blowing
you.
the trumpet, man. You know, all right, your mouthpiece, man. You're
Right.
giving that warning, man.
Yeah.
All right, back in the ancient world, you know what I'm saying. The prophet was at the gates, man. All right, of Jerusalem, man. All right, a place of main, place of commerce, man.
Right.
All right, business transaction that's taking place daily, man. All right, where we at today? We at the gates, man.
Yep.
All right, you know what I'm saying. Of Jerusalem, wherever Israel at in Babylon, because we're people for a place. Wherever Israel at, that's speaking of Jerusalem, man. All right, we're on Main Street.
Main Street.
We at the gates, man.
Main Street in the center.
And on this side right here, you know what I'm saying? This word and truth go throughout the four corners, man. That's how you know this is the end, man. Because the gospel had to preach throughout the four corners. What we on? What we using? The YouTube, the internet. All right, the internet, which is what it stands for, what? World Wide Web.
Wide Web.
So you know what I'm saying? We going live throughout the four corners. So anywhere in the world, you know what I'm saying? We're being watched, man. All right, everybody can hear this word being brought out. You know what I'm saying? So it would be no excuse. So this words of Yahawashi going throughout the four corners. That's how you know the end is very near.
Yes,
All
sir.
right, right here, bro. Esau knows that too. That's why he's trying to hurry up and do that warp speed, man. Trying to hurry up and set his one world order, man. He got agenda too, but it's all really his agenda. Really, agenda Yahawashi, man.
Right.
Most I got his devil in the trick bag, man.
Hey, Bishop, if I may make a point, remember, it might have been last year, a little bit past then, but remember there was a guy from Nigeria talking about watching all the way from Nigeria, watching the video.
Yeah.
So, hey, this gospel is going out throughout the four corners of the earth, and then shall the end come, St. Matthew
right.
24 and 14.
That's right, my brother. That's right. That is right.
Yeah, I still got some Ezekiel.
Go ahead.
You got it. All right, back at Ezekiel chapter 33 and 3, it says, If when he seeth the sword come upon the land, he blow the trumpet and warn the people, then whosoever heareth the sound of the trumpet and take not warning, if the sword, take not warning, if the sword
Take
comes.
the time.
A lot of distractions out here, brother.
Yeah, it is, brother. It is. You know when the weather start to get back nice, you know what I'm saying? You already know that the women come out scantily. The Babylonian women come out scantily and scantily wear, man.
Right.
Tired. Go ahead,
Ezekiel
brother. And we
33.
men at the end of the day, man.
Right.
We ain't like no damn Alizar, Moses shit.
Yeah, no, we ain't on
Love
that.
women, man.
Right.
Exactly.
Right,
Ezekiel 33 and 4, then whosoever heareth the sound of the trumpet and take
About to say something else. That's all right. Go ahead, brother.
and take him not warning, if the sword come and take him away.
I'm about to say we give the pounding, not take the pounding, man. And we do the pounding righteously, man. We
Facts.
the law, man.
Right,
Facts.
right.
Unlike certain dudes out there, man.
Right.
They like to get pound out, man.
Love that pound.
They take a whole new definition. What they call it, pound town. What pound is a whole new definition.
Pig town.
Pig town, pig it, nigga. Go ahead, brother.
Ezekiel 33 and 4, then whosoever heareth the sound of the trumpet and take him not warning, if the sword come and take him away.
So if your ass take that goddamn karagma, you take the karagma, guess what? Yahawashi gonna hold your blood on your own hands at the end of the day.
That's right.
Because the prophet gave that warning.
Right.
And for you not to hearken to that warning, guess what? That your blood ain't gonna be on that prophet's hands.
Right.
All right? Yahawashi ain't gonna require your blood off that prophet's hands because the prophet did what he was supposed to do. He gave that warning to you.
Right.
So y'all not gonna have no cloak, which means covering. Cloak means covering. You're not gonna have no covering. You're not gonna have no fucking excuses. And
Right.
Jake Filler built in excuses all fucking day,
Already,
bro.
huh?
All right, right? Most I ain't gonna hear none of that shit, man.
No, not at all.
Right? You got it, brother.
Finishing it off, Ezekiel chapter 33 and 4, the latter end, it says, if the sword come and take him away, his blood shall be upon his own head.
There you go. Because the prophet did what he was commanded to do. Just because a hammerhead Jake didn't listen, then guess what? Most High bring judgment upon him. Hey, Most High, he gonna hold you fully responsible. Right?
Yep.
Because you heard the word brought out, man. And you didn't listen, you didn't believe, man. All right, so for that, hey, you're gonna be fucking destroyed. You're not gonna be delivered, man. All right,
That's right.
you got it, brother.
Ezekiel chapter
All right, go on, my brother. Go on, brother. Go on.
Ezekiel chapter 33 and 5. He heard the sound of the trumpet and took not warning. His blood shall be upon him, but he that taketh warning shall deliver his soul.
Him that taketh warning, man. All right, you know. So if you take warning to the words of Yahawashi, hey, you can be delivered, man.
Right.
So you're gonna know better not to
Right.
take. You know what I'm saying? The doggone mark. You're gonna know not to take. You know what I'm saying? The Quran, man. At the end of the day, man. All right, you're gonna know the true name, because the true prophet's gonna tell you the true name of Yahawashi.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be calling on the other names of other fucking
Not at all.
gods and shit or
Not at
whatnot.
all.
Man.
Right.
At the end of the day, or whatnot, man. All right, you know, I wanted to find. Hold on for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact,
Yeah,
I'm
well,
about to
that-
pull up right now.
Well, that lets you know that that's a false prophet. And they ain't calling upon the names of the Lord.
Hey, read that verse again, Baba Bashar.
This is Ezekiel chapter
Hey,
33
hold
and
James
5.
1 and 21 real quick. James 1.
Ezekiel 33 and 5. He heard the sound of the trumpet and took not warning. His blood shall be upon him, but he that taketh warning shall deliver his soul.
Hey, that what verse you use at? The verse 5?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm gonna let you finish verse 6 up. But before you do that, showing you the words of Yahawashi is life and death at the end of the day, bro. Right? Hey, matter of fact, before you read that James 1 and 21, I'll read that, matter of fact, grab St. John 6:63. Somebody grab St. John 6:63. Right. I'll hold that. You go ahead, brother. I'll hold that.
Come.
I'll hold that. The wind ain't blowing that hard now. We good.
It's cutting earlier.
St. John 6 and 63.
Get right there so you be on camera, bro.
Oh, you got it.
All
Go
right.
ahead, bring it
Oh,
up.
Yeah, somebody bring it up. He
St.
ain't got
John
it.
6 and 63, written in red, Yahawashi Mashiach speaking.
Go
It
ahead.
is the spirit that quickeneth. The flesh profiteth nothing. The
The
words
spirit quickening, which is the Rawchaa Qadash, man.
That's right.
All right, you know, okay. The holy comforter, man, sent by Yahawashi, man.
There you go.
Which, you know, is sent by angels to minister to us, man, to give us understanding, man.
Right.
All right, you know. Go ahead.
it says, I continue on, the words that I speak unto you.
It says the what?
The words
Uh-huh.
that I speak unto you,
Go ahead.
they are spirit and they are life.
See the seriousness? That's why Yahawashi, you know what I'm saying, is daily serious. You know what I'm saying, to have the song correctly, bro. All right, you know? If your ass add to this word or take away from this word, man, that's fucking death, man.
absolutely.
That's the penalty. Brother just read this word is life and death. So when you adding and taking away, all right, when you giving precepts of fucking men, you trying to tag along fables into the scriptures, you can betray Israel to destruction. You can lead them to destruction along with your goddamn self. All right, you know, that's the importance of having the song correctly, bro. All right, so if you ain't sent by Yahawashi, you ain't no true prophet, you ain't been sent by Yahawashi, your ass gonna be fucking destroyed, bro. All right, simple as that, man.
Yeah, that's
You just read what, St. John 6:63,
Yes, sir.
right? Now, I told somebody to hold that in James. All right, before you bring that, bring that James up. Yeah, Barbara, bring
This-
that James up.
This is the book of James, chapter 1, verse 21. Wherefore lay apart all filthiness and superfluity of naughtiness, and receive with
Shit of the fucking world, man. Lust and shit of the fucking world, man. All right, that ultimately, that ultimately is all vanity at the end of the fucking day, man. All right,
King Solomon
you
said.
know,
All is vanity and vexation of the spirit. And who had more riches than King Solomon?
Nobody.
So he would know.
Nobody.
So it's like, goddamn, bro, at the end of the day, if King Solomon said that,
Right.
what the hell does this world have to offer to us, man? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And you got guys that's falling out to go back into the world. Y'all going into a fucking burning building, man.
That's right,
Here it
bro.
is. It's like the Lord deliver you out of the burning house. And you say, fuck all that, man. I'm going to go back inside the burning building and go to sleep.
Yeah, you're right.
Go back to my room and go to my bed and go to sleep. Think about the type of mentality that is, man. That means the Lord ain't dealing with you, man.
Yep, that's right. That's right.
Going back, James chapter 1, verse 21.
Uh-huh.
Wherefore, lay apart all filthiness and superfluity of naughtiness.
Yeah, the shit of the fucking world. Somebody look up that word superfluity in the blue letter, man. I got you. All right. Okay. Even though we know what that word means, man, so for edification's sake. That's right. All right.
Going into the word, it's Strong's G4050. And it's the word is parousia. It says abundance, gain, profit.
Yeah, Jake, they're living good out here, man. You know what I'm saying? You have abundance of money, abundance of materialistic shit. All right? You know, abundance of leisure time. Hey, doing all kind of level of fucking wickedness and shit. You know,
I got an even better definition.
Go
We'll go
ahead,
over
bro.
to the main part. Residue remains the wickedness remaining over in a Christian from his state prior to conversion. So basically, you going back into the world, going back to your old ways.
Shit of the world.
It says prior to conversion. So before you was converted, what were you doing in the world?
Straight
All
cut.
type of manners of wickedness, man.
Right.
Here it is. You supposed to be so-called reborn again, but you back still doing the same shit of the world, man.
That's right.
You know, so that means you're too involved into the world, and eventually, hey, the Lord said, if you're lukewarm, right? Here, whether you be hot or cold, but if you lukewarm, the Lord gonna spew you out of His mouth, man.
Right.
Okay, so if you in this type of spirit, hey, you need to check yourself, man, because at the end of the day, the Lord about to get your ass up out of there, man.
That's right.
You
That's
see,
right.
so you can't be immersed in the world. You got to be immersed in His truth, man.
That's right.
You see, that's why the Lord gave it unto us, man, so that we can learn the word and go and teach, man. Truly believe, and we go out and teach. That's the commandment of the Lord, man.
That's right.
Okay. Finish it up. I'm gonna start back from the top.
right.
James chapter 1, verse 21. Wherefore lay apart all filthiness
Yep.
and superfluity. Now we know what that means.
Right.
Of naughtiness, and receive with meekness the engrafted word.
The engraphic word, man. See, with meekness, with humility,
Yes.
humble, man. You gotta be humble, man. All right. You know, Yahawashi said what? You know what I'm saying? He resisted the proud at the end of the day, man. All right. So you gotta be humble, man. Like we say, humility come before honor. At the end of the day, bro. You know.
That's right. It says, and receive with meekness the engrafted word, which is able to save your souls.
With the what now?
Which is able to save your souls.
So now you see the importance. Man, of having the soul correct. You see the importance of the word. Yeah, hey, Yahawashi is the word, man.
Yes.
All right, it's life and death at the end of the day or whatnot, man. So you can know the word, but even if you know the word, but you don't apply it, hey, it's still not gonna benefit you at the end of the day. All right, you know, we're talking about saving of the souls. They ain't talking about you, man. All right, you're gonna be fucking destroyed, man. You're gonna come back in the kingdom, but your ass gonna be destroyed on this goddamn side, man. All right, but you didn't apply the words of Yahawashi, man. All right, which makes you what a reprobate, man, more the judgment, man.
Here it is, you giving out good, advice, but you ain't even taking heed to the advice.
Man, what that scripture is.
You know,
just
here it is, you
bro.
breaking down the scripture, you letting Israel know that they Israel, so on and so forth, right? And how you supposed to carry and conduct yourself, but at the same time, you're not applying what you're teaching, man. Right? So at the end of the day, what do you think the Lord is going to do? He going to take the spirit, the portion of the spirit that He gave it to you. He going to take that away and give it to a more diligent brother, man.
That's right. That's
The
right.
talents that the Lord gave you, right? Whether it's 1, 2, 10, 20, however many talents the Lord gave you, He going to take the talent that He gave it to you and give it into another more diligent servant, man, so that they can properly do the work of the Lord.
I got a precept for y'all. This right here, Ecclesiasticus, also known in the Apocrypha as Sirach. It's Ecclesiasticus 37, verse 19. There is one that is wise and teacheth many, and yet is unprofitable to himself.
Yeah, that comes when you don't apply what you're teaching, or what they say in the world. Practice what you preach, right? Here it is, you giving the word and you doing a good job at doing that, but you're not practicing what you're preaching. You're not applying the scriptures, man. So that way, the Lord gonna get rid of you, man. Right? That's what it's about. This truth is about elevating yourself too, man. Well, first and foremost, man, you gotta learn this word. It's more than just knowing scriptures, man. You gotta apply it. It's supposed to elevate you, man.
Hey, even you had the late R&B singer Barry White. He told you, in the song, practice what you preach. Practice what you preach and whatnot. Telling her this and telling her that. Come on, baby.
That's
Practice
right.
what you
That's
preach.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
But I got that precept for you out. This right here, James 1 and 22. But be ye doers of the word, and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, man, you can't just be a hearer of the word. You gotta actually put into action. See, the Lord is all about action, man. Here it is. You can hear the word, and that don't mean nothing. It go in one end and out the other. But you gotta apply what you're learning, what you're teaching, man. And that's what's going to elevate you.
Yeah.
And ultimately, that's what's going to get you delivered, man.
One more cookie for you, brother. Got one more cookie for you, brother. This right here, 2nd Esdras 9 and 7. And every one that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith. See how faith and works go right there hand in hand.
Action.
So the only way you're going to be escaped by your works. What is works? Like the brother said, action. At the end of the day, but you can't just be a hearer. You You gotta be a doer. So you gotta be a doer. You gotta be taking action, man. You gotta be living what you preaching at the end of the day or whatnot.
That's right.
Man. Right? You know, you say you're a prophet, you gotta be living that.
Yeah.
Your light gotta be shining. Everybody should see your light shining, man.
That's right.
All right? You should be living a different lifestyle from niggas in the fucking world. People should be able to know how to separate you from regular niggas in the damn world, man.
Right.
All right? Simple as that, bro.
Exactly.
All right? Finishing off. It says, and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby ye have believed. So showing you, if you only truly believe, you won't take action. If you don't take no action, there's no actions behind your work. If there's no actions behind your work, that means you ain't got no faith, man.
The spirit.
Right? You ain't got the spirit of Yahawashi, man. You know?
Pretty much those you read Ezekiel the 37th chapter where it goes into how the Lord putting the skin back on you and the sinews and so on and so forth, but they don't got no breath. So here it is, you don't have the Qadash, which is the breath, man. You don't have the spirit upon you, man. Right. And that you gotta have the whole thing, you gotta have the Qadash, you gotta have that breath put into you, man. And that's what's gonna lead you to salvation. And applying the scriptures, man. That's what it's about. You see, but you got guys that don't understand that, man. And that's why they ended up, they'll teach for a little while, and then they'll fizzle out and go back into the world. You see?
Hey, I want to add because you set me right back up to the point that I wanted to make from James when you read it, because you say you got to have it inside of you, right? You got to have that breath. Now, at James 1:21, it says, receive the meekness with the engrafted word. So I looked up that word engrafted, and the crafted went into Strong's G1721. It says inborn, implanted by nature, implanted by others' instructions. And when did we receive the instructions of how to do the things commanded by Yahawashi, man? From the Spirit and watching our apostles and our elders as well. Because at the end of the day, you have our dudes that can't take simple instructions. But the word engrafted also make mention that it says it's implanted by nature. So that means that the Lord already implanted that in you if you're going to take heed to the wisdom and instructions.
Ultimately, that goes back into you being of the elect.
Yeah, right.
Going back to the first fruits, man.
Yes, sir.
Matter of fact, somebody get James 2, because it's going into everything you're saying. James 2:14. We're going to read verse 14 on down to the point 22.
This is James 2:14. What doeth profit, my brethren, though a man say he have faith and have not works?
Woo!
I mean, you ain't got no faith.
Come on.
How is it that you're going to have, you say you got faith, but you ain't doing the work of the Lord, man?
That's right.
That's what compels us to do the work, man.
Right.
First of all, it's the fear, right? You first hear this word, you get the fear of the Lord, right? You hear about Babylon being destroyed, Babylon, so on and so forth. Hey, look, you can be destroyed. So you like, hey, when you hear it, you like, hey, man, what can I do to avoid being destroyed?
Right.
Then that's when that faith come in, because you fear the Lord. Then you start reading, you start studying, you get built up, watching the videos, and then that faith kicks in. You start believing in the Lord, and that's going to propel you to go and do the works, man.
That's just like the damn nigga, Umar Johnson. That nigga forever been talking about building a fucking school, man. I'm going to get me a school for young black boys, teach young black boys how to be young black men. Where the school at, man? Wait, we hear you talk. We hear the words, nigga. He got $1 million word for you and whatnot, man. But where your works, though, man?
Right, you know, what's that reality show we on with Drewski, man? That's his
Oh, yeah.
Man.
Hey, but then, you got a guy like that, he'll talk about building a school, must be building, King Solomon's temple. We say that all the time, bro. It's like, damn, bro, it took, 14 years to build King Solomon's temple. It done been like, I don't know how many years, but it's like, goddamn, bro.
It just talks, though. That's all he just talks. Like, that what niggas do. That what niggas do. No action. They can talk a good game, though.
Yep. Because Jake loves to talk shit.
That's right. You got it, brother.
Hey, James 2:14, it says, what do it profit, my brethren, though a man say he have faith and have not works?
Go ahead.
Can faith save him?
Hell no, he ain't got no works.
He ain't
put no works behind it. Show you he ain't got no damn faith. So no, it can't save him. Right? We just read 2 Ezra 9:7. It said, those that shall be saved, which is the elect of Israel, the 1/3 of Israel, man. All right, it's going to be saved by what? Their works, man. You got to physically not take the goddamn Karagwa, man.
Right.
You not going to physically take it through your faith. That's how you going to show your work through your faith, man. Even to some of us that going to put to death, they got to be martyrs, man. You know? That fucking madness right here, man. That's shit, man. You know?
Hey, and at the end of the day, man, that faith, hey, that goes hand in hand with Isaiah 33:6. That's going to take faith. When it says wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time, you gotta truly believe in that, man.
Yeah.
When all hell breaks loose, you gotta have faith that the Lord gonna be with you in that day.
They don't know the intel. They don't know the end games of Yahawah. They don't know how bad Jacob trouble is gonna be.
Exactly.
All right. You know, at the end of the day, they're gonna be the worst judge. Never known the fucking man at the end of the day. You got certain clowns don't even believe in the Bible, man.
Right.
So you know they're gonna be in a rude awakening when Yahawah bring that judgment upon this earth, man.
Yes, sir.
All right. When you have niggas by the thousands and shit dying, man. All right. You know. Okay. All right. You're gonna have all types of chaos going and all at the same time. Well, you gonna know like, damn, this shit never. What the hell? You gonna know it's coming from a higher power. Yahawah, man. All right. Like I say, man. Gonna be a point to where ain't gonna be no fucking atheists, man, on this planet, man, very soon, man. When Yahawah when he really make his move, man, when he really make his presence known, he already make his presence known to the elect, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, all right. We know we had a full understanding. We see all those chariot activities, see the blood moon, the lunar eclipse, solar eclipse. You know what I'm saying? You know, all right. We understand all of that represent the visitation of Yahawah Shah. It's about to happen very soon, man. That's the warning sign right there, man. And we supposed to be what? Giving that warning, man. All right, we you know, like the weatherman supposed to give the warning, right? Of what the weather is gonna be, how you need to dress or whatever for the occasion. Hey, we the spiritual weatherman of Yahawah Shah, man. You know, all right? Telling you what's about to happen before it happens.
Yep.
You know,
That's how it's supposed to be, man.
Yep.
You know, giving that spiritual forecast, man. You know,
that's right.
that's what it's about.
Back at
James 2:15. If a brother or sister be naked and destitute of daily food, and
so Yahawah Shah is giving a parable, man. This how a lot of you goddamn fucking coach eating pastors. That's how they do. All right, here it is. You got Jake in your congregation giving you their damn last dollar bill, going into their bill money for tithes. Got to pay more tithes. If I want a blessing from the Lord, I'm catching so much hell. But you know, Pastor told me, you know what I'm saying, I got to double up my tithes to get double blessings. You know what I'm saying? You know, all right. You know, misleading the flock, the congregation as usual, the zombies, the simple belief of every word. Go ahead, brother.
James 2:15. If a brother or sister be naked and destitute of daily food.
Yeah, that's somebody that's homeless, man. All right, you know, at the end of the day, somebody that's homeless. And here it is. You know, you got money. You know, Yahawah Shah bless you with money. Far as enough the way you ain't eating out of trash can, you able to sustain. You know what I'm saying, a certain level of a lifestyle, man. You got a roof over your head, you got a job, you got a vehicle, transportation. You know what I'm saying, you know, at the end of the day or whatnot. So you got a couple little resources, and Jake really don't have anything, man. They really they dirt poor, man. They at the bottom, man. All right, you know what I'm saying, you know. So, you know, you got a couple of dollars, and you to give, you know, you ain't gonna miss it. You know what I'm saying? And for Israelite, not no damn a heathen that's homeless, the hell with them, man. They got their own people, man. They got their own programs.
Let the guys give it to them,
man. There you go. But, you know, so that's a Hebrew Israelite, you know what I'm saying? You know, and you see the Jake about to eat out of the damn trash can here that you got $10 and you got $10 to spare. Man, get that Jake that $10, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?